Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at Harmony One. I'm not a financial advisor by any means. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now jumping into the daily chart on TradingView. This is against USDT. I haven't done any Harmony videos before, so if this is something that you would like to see on a weekly basis, like I do cover some of the other projects that we follow and target on the channel, then leave a comment below saying that you do have some Harmony and you would like to see these updates on a weekly basis. Now, like I said, daily chart, we do have a bullish cross playing out on the 20 and the 55 EMAs over here. As you can see, they crossed each other, or the 20 EMA rather crossed the 55 EMA, and now we are in an uptrend. This is a beautiful uptrend. This is a very healthy looking uptrend. We do have a cup and handle pattern over here, and the target was met perfectly. So if you take a trend line from the bottom of the cup to the resistance of the cup, you place it at the breakout level, and that pretty much gave you the 1.414, or to be exact, just to be exact, so this is where we got to 38 cents on point, and the target was 40 cents. You can see, so we barely got to the target. You could say that that is target met basically, right? Because you had the breakout from the handle, you had the breakout from this resistance, obviously this resistance of the cup. You broke out, back test of support, you got the target, and now what potentially you're doing is you are coming back to the previous swing high, to the previous all-time high over here at 22.5 cents pretty much. So you want to target that. And that is considering the fact that we lose the 55 EMA as well, which I don't think is very likely. If you take a look historically, with since we got the bullish cross, we had these wicks toward the 55 EMA here. We bounced off the 55, held it as support nicely, and this is what you can see we can do right now. So the 55 EMA is currently sitting at 23.5 cents. So that's where you want to perhaps have your buy orders. But as you know, the EMAs are moving, so the EMA is catching up to the price, so it's going to be coming up, and the price will be higher each time. You have a bounce, you hold it as support, you consolidate, break above the 20 EMA, and you're back in your uptrend. We do have a bullish pattern playing out over here right now. I'll cover that when we get to the Binance chart. But you can see, essentially what I have here is I have the Fib swing high to swing low, March to the swing low of June, and you have your 1.272. So essentially what you did is you broke this high, right? You're coming back down for support. You got to your 1.272 target. You're coming back to support. You're going to create your next leg. You're going to meet the 1.414, right? You can then come back to the 1.272 in a healthy pullback. Then you're going to reach your target at 60 cents, okay? The drawings aren't beautiful. I know, I apologize. What I do think is possible is that we get to the $1.64 and $1.06 in this bull market for Harmony One. I do think that is very possible from where we are right now. The 1.618 is just a 2x from here. I do think we can go a bit more parabolic than that and have at least 500% gain to $1.50 to $1.65. I would say that is possible. So yeah, this cup and handle pattern played out. We got to the 1.272. Look for support, the 55 EMA. Look for the 35 EMA. I'm going to show you that on the Binance chart, and look for the swing high of the previous fib, okay? That's all I can say. Buy the dips right now is a great place to be dollar cost averaging, because as you can see, you're on your way down. Jumping into the daily RSI, as you can see, we are in a beautiful horizontal, just like we are on a lot of projects. And as you can see, you're tightening up, tightening up, tightening up. Once you get closer to the apex, you're going to see that breakout. So once you see this trend line broken, you can expect the RSI to come back, have a bounce off of that, maybe go a little bit below that, and you get your move towards the upside. That's what happens, all right? Obviously, you can start breaking down. That is also a possibility. If you lose this trend line, then you're just going to have to wait and see if you bounce off of this support line, this support line, this support line. There's going to be several support lines that you can bounce off of, but you'll never know which one is going to hold. But we know that this one, the pink one, this support line can hold, and it has held before, once in June, second time in September, and now perhaps the third time in November. And when you get the break, when you get the breakout in the price action, you have the pullback, then you're pretty much golden, right? So look for the RSI, very, very important to keep in mind. So you do have your long-term targets. Now let's jump into Binance. Now jumping into Binance, you can see that we are in a bull flag right now. So essentially what a bull flag is, to explain in simple terms, is a straight move towards the upside, right? An uptrend, a very nice move towards the upside. Then you start breaking down into a channel down pattern, and it sort of looks like a flag, right? You have a bearish flag. Now, what a bearish flag is when you have a move towards the downside, but then you have the flag, a channel up pattern, right? So it's the exact opposite of this. Here you have a move towards the upside, you have your channel down pattern, and how do you get the target for this pattern is you take the pole, or you take the trend line, place it at the beginning of the move towards the end of the move, right before you started pulling back. Take that trend line and place it at the flag where you think the breakout is going to happen. So the breakout is going to happen, let's say, somewhere around here. What's that? November 10th. Let's say that's the breakout target. You know, I can't know for sure, but it's going to be somewhere around here, and the target will be relatively same. So we're looking at 44 cents. All right, we're looking at 44 cents. And this swing high over here is the all-time high, and the swing low over here is the swing low September 20th. So from there, we get a target of 80 cents pretty much. All right, we get a target of 80 cents at the 1.618. So you want to keep an eye on that target, right? Before that, we do have two resistance levels at the 1.414 and the 1.272. But after we break this swing high, we're going to be in price discovery because we're going to be breaking the previous all-time high. Where you can look for support is obviously the golden ratio. Why? Because after you create your swing high and you start pulling back, where's the brush? After you're in an uptrend, you create your swing high, right? You have your swing low, you have your swing high, and you've started losing the 786 on the fib, okay? That's when you can apply the fib. As you can see, you lost the 786. Now you can apply the fib and see where the golden ratio is, and the golden ratio is at 24 cents and 24.5 cents, you know, basically speaking. You want to put your buy orders obviously above the levels itself because you're not going to get filled potentially, because what traders do is they put their orders above the level so that they get filled and you don't, and the price, you know, reverses from there. So that's a little tip for you guys. Put the buy orders just a bit, and when you're selling at resistance, put the sell orders just below the resistance or the fib level. So yeah, this is where you usually come back, and this is where you usually retrace after making a swing high. You come back to the golden ratio, right? And you start moving from there. Obviously, sometimes you lose the golden ratio and you look for support at the 0.5, and the 0.5 is the second most important level after the golden ratio. And if you're losing the 0.5, well, that is, you know, that's when you start getting a little bit concerned. You look for support in the 0.382. You start losing that, not looking too good. Maybe we get a double bottom here, right, with a nice W bottom pattern. But obviously, I wouldn't want to see that because we get the bearish cross by that point. So yeah, healthy retest if we hold the 618, the golden ratio. Also, a nice support level is the 35 EMA, the green line over here. As you can see, we may bounce off of that. That would be a very nice support line, because here you can see we held the 35 EMA very nicely. So look for that as support. Look for the 35 EMA to hold you as support. Let's bring out the 100 EMA. Yeah, it's just way below there. Not worth looking at. But yeah, and have some buy orders at the 55 EMA, obviously. So yeah, like I said, look for this 80 cents target from this Fibonacci retracement. This Fibonacci is a bit different from that one, just a little smaller one, a little tighter one. Now jumping into the oscillators, daily RSI, we created some sort of a double top here, right? And we're just coming back down. Very nice place to start dollar cost averaging. Not overbought and not oversold relatively, but I don't think we're getting to the oversold unless Bitcoin has a major pullback. So we're getting the bearish cross on the MACD. That's your confirmation of the downtrend. So we got that October 31st. If we take a look at the October 31st candle, we were sitting at 30 cents, and now we've pulled back since then, right? So that's your confirmation of the downtrend. And as you can see, we entered the downtrend. And you know, you want to look for the reversal of the trend. And what's a reversal is when you get the bullish cross, right? When you get the opposite of the bearish cross. That's your confirmation of the uptrend. But that will happen only after we had some, you know, first the price action starts the uptrend, then the oscillators follow with their with their movements, right? So this will be a lagging indicator. If you take a look at the Stochastic Rsi, now this is what gives me confidence, because as you can see, each time you've been in this area, each time you have been in the oversold on the Stochastic Rsi, and that is below 20 on the index. And from here, obviously, the only way is towards the upside. You can see here, only towards the upside. So if you buy in right now, in a week's time, it's almost guaranteed that you're going to be in profit. So the Stochastic Rsi is very important, especially on the daily chart. This is a nice signal, nice buying signal. So perhaps don't ignore this and, take this into consideration. Also, what I do want to mention is that we're getting some sort of depleting volume over here. As you can see, the volume's just, kind of tightening up over here. So this could be a little precursor for a little move towards the upside, because usually when you have these kind of descending patterns on the volume, you usually get a strong breakout relatively soon after. So that's just something to keep in mind as well. Hop into CoinMarketCal and see what events Harmony One has. I'm not involved in the project whatsoever. I haven't invested in it. I wish I have, but I've been involved in it before, but I did take profits. So let's jump into the weekly chart and see what's going on over there, how overextended we are on the weekly chart. So on the weekly chart, we're actually doing very well, to be honest with you. Yeah, we're doing very good. We're not too far away from the 20 EMA, although we haven't had a touch since September, and that would be a 42% pullback for Harmony One if we get a pullback towards the 20 EMA, which I'm not saying is not possible, but I wouldn't count on it unless Bitcoin has a strong pullback. If Bitcoin has a pullback and a pretty strong one, and Bitcoin comes back to the 20 EMA, then yeah, you can target the 20 EMA on the weekly chart, okay? That wouldn't be out of the question. But just not yet. Just not yet, guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it. As you can see, you've broken a major resistance level over here. You've broken the swing high. You're very bullish on Harmony One. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to check out my Patreon. I do have a Patreon with 3 different tiers, different benefits to all the tiers, and there are going to be new tiers coming very soon. Check out the Telegram chat and the Discord server. We have a lot of great, a lot of great guys in the Telegram chat. We have a very good technical analyst in the Discord server as well, updating us with her technical analysis on some of the projects that she follows. So it's great. I very appreciate all the work that all the guys do in the chats, and also make sure to check out the NFT collection that we're working on the channel as well with a buddy of mine. Very excited about that. Check it out. It's going to be linked in the description. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.